You may have used the word narcissist casually, but the psychology behind it runs far deeper than you know. Narcissism, first introduced into psychiatry in the late 19th century, describes a psychological pattern in which a person becomes almost completely absorbed in self-centered appreciation. In its clinical form, it involves a deeply entrenched need for admiration, an inability to tolerate criticism, and a striking lack of genuine empathy. What makes this relevant to your everyday life is where narcissism shows up most powerfully. In positions of leadership. This could be in social life, relationships, or the workplace. This video will focus on narcissistic leadership in the workplace, and how to protect yourself. To protect yourself from such a person, type, "protect myself," in the comments section and subscribe. A narcissistic leader is not simply a confident or ambitious person. Narcissistic leadership is the synthesis of narcissistic personality traits and leadership behaviors that are motivated mainly by self-interest needs and arrogant beliefs. These individuals are often magnetic at first. They walk into rooms with energy, speak with conviction, and seem to have all the answers. That initial charm is part of what makes them so dangerous. Research shows that narcissistic individuals are more likely to emerge as leaders in uncertain situations, precisely because their boldness reads as competence when people are anxious and looking for direction. The problem surfaces once they are in power. And this is where you need to pay close attention. Because workplace narcissism rarely looks like simple arrogance. It is subtler and harder to name. Watch for these specific patterns. 1. Credit stealing and blame shifting. Narcissistic leaders take ownership of team achievements while deflecting blame for failures onto others. You do the work. They take the applause. If there's a problem, they give excuses. Once there's a failure, they shift the blame. The fault is never with them, but someone else. 2. Selective charm. They are charismatic and impressive to senior leaders, while being dismissive or contemptuous toward peers and direct reports. If your boss is a hero upstairs and a tyrant downstairs, you could be dealing with a narcissistic leader. 3. Isolation tactics. Narcissists often attempt to isolate their targets, undermining relationships with colleagues, monopolizing your time, or positioning themselves as the gatekeeper to opportunities. 4. Culture contamination. When narcissistic leaders model self-interested behaviors, they can influence workplace norms and foster toxic interactions between coworkers, creating an entire team culture built on individual self-interest rather than collaboration. 5. Emotional resource depletion. They drain you. The self-centered and controlling behaviors of narcissistic leaders provoke emotional distress and deteriorate the work environment, thereby undermining employees' psychological, mental, and emotional resources. Over time, you may feel confused, chronically exhausted, and somehow at fault, even when you have done nothing wrong. The good news is that protection is possible, and it starts with decisions you can make today. 1. Document everything. If you are given verbal instructions at work, ask for them to be emailed to you, or type and print it out for them to reconfirm their instruction by signing their approval on the document. The best defense is documentation of what was said and when. Be conscious of your responses, which you should also document. Paper trails matter when there's a controversy later on. Keep all emails, just in case. 2. Set clear, firm boundaries. Narcissists may try to exploit or manipulate those around them for personal gain. So it is vital to define and communicate your limits. Be assertive about your workload, responsibilities, and personal space. Understand your company policy on what you should and should not do. Stand on it if the narcissist proves difficult. 3. Build your network deliberately. Be visible enough so others can see your contributions and vouch for you, if needed. Counter isolation by investing in lateral relationships across the organization. Maintaining friendships outside the team. Find a mentor or sponsor who can provide perspective and visibility. A narcissist's power shrinks when you have other significant people in your corner. 4. Do not argue but appeal to values instead. By pointing to values such as compassion, reciprocity, or inclusiveness in the narcissist's actions, you claim higher ground that narcissists rarely consider and have little way to compete with. That, however, depends on the narcissistic type you're dealing with. Many are not sensitive enough to consider values. So, learn how to create space for yourself by refusing to step into an argument. Keep communication with them to a bare minimum. But quietly build strong relationships with key others in the organization. Don't let your true relationship capital in the organization be known to them. 5. Know your exit options. Be a rock star at your work, and do quality work that speaks for itself. Do not fear the narcissistic leader. Become resilient. Remember, it is just a job. If the situation becomes unbearable, evaluate options by weighing the pros and cons of staying or leaving. And explore companies with healthier cultures. Don't stay in a toxic environment out of fear. That decision can cost you more than you realize. Here is what matters most. The moment you can name what is happening, you take back a significant amount of your power. Narcissistic leaders thrive on your confusion and self-doubt. Clarity is your greatest weapon. Your decisions, including who you trust, what you document, who you connect with, and when you choose to leave, shape not just your career but your mental health, your confidence, and ultimately your future. So, choose yourself. Thank you for listening, and subscribe to this channel.